guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I want to do something a little different. This was inspired by Sammy Menzo. If you don't know who she is, she's totally awesome. I'll put a link to her channel down below. So Sammy had pulled up some old poetry from high school, and she thought she would just read it just because it's so ridiculous now. It's angsty, it's weird. So I figured as I was going through some things before the start of school tomorrow for me, since as you guys know I teach, I would pull up some of my old high school angsty poetry. Well, I don't know if it's that angsty, but I thought it was really deep back then, and it's about as deep as a puddle now. But anyway, yes, I'm all in orange. Today was kind of a spirit day for our incoming freshmen. There's like a whole thing that we do for them. You know, they break off with their link crew and they have fun and games, and then we meet them all in the gym, and all the staff lines up and we kind of cheer them through, you know, as they enter the gym. And so we have a good size freshman class this year. This was a literary magazine back from when I was in high school. One of the years I was like the lead art director of my of my literary / art magazine. Well, I guess kind of magazine or booklet, but I used to submit a lot of art, and then towards the end of my high school years I started submitting more poetry and a few art pieces as well. So one of the poems I had written, this is not my art by the way, but this is my poem down here. It was for a contest called Nightmares. So you had to write a poem or a story having to do with the subject nightmares. Okay, so here we go. So going back into high school mode. Oh, so this, by the way, is 1999, my graduating year. So the title of this is called Fear. In entering the dream world, it can be unpredictable yet enjoyable. But entering a nightmare is like being smothered by your worst fear, knowing that your only escape is the awakening of oneself. Your savior is reality from being lost in the dark abyss of your mind. People don't enter nightmares. They're abducted and trapped by them. Once inside, you are alone in a dark, unknown world, only recognizable to your own dark subconsciousness. Your heart races, senses sharpen, and fear strangles you at the throat. It's cold like the hands of death, and everything is your worst enemy. Then you see it, your fear, a faceless phantom known only to your heart. It chases you, but you can't run because your legs are as frozen as a scared bunny at the moment of death. Your screams are soundless, only jumbled and scattered. You have only one thought, to run and hide, but never can. You run harder, deeper into the forests of your mind, and suddenly you're trapped, frozen. The feeling of rigor mortis engulfs you. Your tears are dry, your face like the victim of a mass murderer, and at the height of adrenaline, you rise from your slumber. Even the real world seems frightening. You quiver and shake like a child, wondering if you dreamt it or it really occurred. Whatever way, you are now aware that you will never be safe anywhere. Have your nightmares helped you to be more alert in life, or merely reminded you of how helpless we all are inside, fearing nothing but fear itself? Whoa, so angsty. So anyway, I don't know, I just kind of thought that would be kind of fun. I mean, since there's a new school year starting for me tomorrow, and you know, I just happen to have like some of these things laying around. You know, I came across some of my like little journals that I used to write my poetry in, and some of my song lyrics, and came across one of the literary magazines from a college course that I took. And yeah, it's really interesting going back and seeing things that you had written. So I don't know, I think that this would be kind of neat. I mean, any of you guys that are writers out there, if you've written a little short story or a poem, something that you might find kind of ridiculous now, but at the time it was like so deep and so like, ugh, got you in the soul. So anyway, so yeah, that was 1999, and so that was probably just before I turned 18. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this. Leave that in the comment section down below. If you dug this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Again, if you would, on a side note, like to catch a reading with me, I don't just make horrible poetry, but I do readings that aren't horrible. So you could click on the information box down below and that'll take you to my website, my Etsy page. And that's it from me, your spiritual homies. All right, so peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.